Hey everyone, welcome to a special short mini episode here of the Ninth Grade Experience podcast. Usually we have long form interviews here with different people either in the building or experts in the field here. But I wanted to take a couple minutes today as we begin the second semester here. People are kind of really busy right now, so I wanted to just take a couple minutes to talk about some responses we've gotten on the message board, not personal responses, because hopefully those people will come on and talk maybe in a little bit, but just to give everyone a little encouragement here as we begin the second semester of the school year. So as we started earlier this week with our second semester, I think it's a really unique opportunity for our students this year to be able to basically hit the reset button. I know a lot of us have been really struggling through the beginning of the year here, your teachers and other people around here included. It's been a really tough process for a lot of people. So I think a lot of us are looking forward to this reset here. We get some new students, we get new classes, we get new opportunities. But I do want to acknowledge how difficult the beginning of the year has been for some of you. If you don't know, we have a message board on the class of 2024 website in Schoology that allows you to respond to different stuff, and we'll post a new one up shortly. But we asked how your year was going in the middle of January, and we got 50 responses to the message board, and they ranged. It was a wide range of everything's great to everything's not so great. I wanted to just share a couple of thoughts that were in there, and then also give you a little bit of things to look forward to in the second half of the year to try and right the ship a little bit or keep it going as best you can. So a lot of students were saying that everything went by so quickly in the first half of the year, and I couldn't agree more. Even though we were only in the building for a short period of time, things went by super fast. And there were lots of ups and downs with everything. There were times when it was really good, but at the same time, there were a lot of things that were out of our control, and it was tough to kind of really keep a track on all of it. Some students talked about the ability to find motivation, and I think we saw that a lot in that December period where I think a lot of people just kind of not necessarily gave up, but kind of ran out of some energy right there as we were going into the holiday season. So hopefully in the new year here, we can refine that energy as we start the second half classes. Some of you, as you heard in the last episode with Grant Gallagher, were dealing with illness. We had, people, family members, people were dealing with a lot of unprecedented times. And it's just something that a lot of you reached out and talked about. It's talked about how weird it was not being all together in the school. And I think that's, as somebody that's been here now for 12 years and seen 2,700 people in here daily, it's weird. Where right now it's the middle of the day on a Friday watching. Usually lots of people will be coming through the window of my room where I'm recording, and I see very few people. So it's interesting. People are moving around. People have moved into the school district. I think that's a unique one because some people are moving into the district for the first time and not even knowing anyone around. So again, that was another hardship people were talking about. Fighting that laziness battle, where, as I've said to some of my students in the past couple of days, like we're competing against Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and Xbox and PS5, and it's hard. And we understand that it's a struggle every day, especially if you're at home. And then the last one that a lot of people reached out about was a level of stress and anxiety that they've never had before, dealing with perfectionism, how this system is really difficult. And I think that's something we are all beginning to acknowledge, if we haven't already, that the difficulty of this is creating very unique situations for a lot of our students. So hopefully, if you're in that situation, you reach out for help, whether it's your teachers, whether it's your counselors, Mr. McInerney or Mrs. Demchek, your assistant principal, Mr. Fortier, or any trusted adult in the building, whether you're on a team and you have a coach you trust or a club advisor. Just reach out to somebody if you feel that you need help, and then we can get the help that you need, whether you're all virtual and you never come into the building, or if you're coming in 2 days a week or 5 days a week, depending on your situation. If you need help, you have to reach out. The people are here, and we want to help you get through lots of different situations here. So I want to be positive here to end our little mini conversation here, a little mini pep talk here as we go into the second half of the year, because a lot of students did talk about some very positive things about how everyone, maybe you found a new strength that you have. Maybe it was developing a routine or a structure, which Mrs. Demchek and Mr. McInerney talked to us about at the beginning of the year, finding those things that you're good at or finding your weaknesses and working on them to get things scheduled. Like I just said previously, reaching out for that support. Like that's a big thing that a lot of people don't feel comfortable with, but hopefully during the course of the pandemic here, you felt a little bit more comfortable. One that I really thought was really interesting tip for the second half of the year is focus on yourself. And this has been an opportunity where you don't have to impress people in the hallways or impress other people around you. If you're in your room by yourself, you're the only person that you have to really work to focus on. And I think for some of you out there listening, you have found that that's a super positive thing. So, focus on yourself in the second half of the year. Focus on the things that you can control, getting your work done, staying up to date with all your activities and your clubs and all the other stuff. A lot of people talked about trying to have fun, whether it's on a Zoom, at an appropriate time, or trying to have fun in a club or an activity or outside of school, trying to find things that you can take some pleasure in. And I think a lot of us have to step back and take some time to do that as well, too. And the last one here is finding the fun in some small things. There's a lot of small things that we can do. There's not very many big things. And hopefully in the spring here, we get a chance to do some more stuff. But again, those tips and things came in from different people that posted on the message board. So again, we really look forward to you guys posting on there as we open up more questions and more dialogue. So hopefully everyone takes this opportunity to hit the reset button. I don't think there are reset buttons on modern gaming systems, but if you play Nintendo, that's the one that I grew up with. The Nintendo always had a reset button. And when you weren't doing what you wanted to do, you're able to hit that reset button and you start it over again. And this time right now, we have a great opportunity for you to hit that reset button and start over again. So again, like always, I want to just thank you for listening. I know this is a short one, but just wanted to put this out there. So A, that you kind of hear that people are listening to you, especially on the message boards and other spots. And two, if you're listening and hopefully you just need a little pick me up here to kind of get yourself ramped up again for the second half of the year. So again, you can always follow us on the Class of 2024 page. You can follow us on Instagram at Ninth Grade Experience. You can follow us on Facebook, or tell your parents to follow us on Facebook at Ninth Grade Experience on Facebook. We have lots of different ways for you to reach out to us as well, too. So thank you very much for listening and watching. And we hope here from the Ninth Grade Experience that the second half of your year goes as well or better than the first half of the year. And hopefully by the time we reach the end of the school year, we'll have some new news and good news about what could potentially be ahead of us for the rest of the school year and going forward into next school year already. I know it's crazy to think about. So again, if you have any topics for our show or you want to be on the show, feel free to reach out in any different way. So we appreciate your listening and have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll get back to having some live guests and other people hopefully next week as well, too. So thanks a lot and enjoy the rest of your time.